According to the Kremlin, the railway is supposed to connect Rostov-on-Don and Taganrog with Russian-occupied Mariupol, Berdyansk, Melitopol, Jankoy, Donetsk and Volnovakha. At celebrations marking the anniversary of Russia's occupation of Crimea, Putin reported about completing the first phase of work. According to the UK Ministry of Defence, the 60 kilometers of railway was built for about 8 months. It is vital for the Kremlin to establish the transport of military cargo, experts explain.
They are now trying to create a parallel railway because the main flows, especially of military ammunition, go by railway. This is the only way the Russian army can move. The distances are very large, up to 500 kilometers, from Rostov or from Tamань to Robotyno or Krynok on the left bank of the Dnipro River. They can only cover this distance by railway. Realizing that the Kerch Bridge will be put out of service, they are trying to build a second branch. Roman Svitan, military expert, in a comment to Current Time TV.
The only road that connects Russian-occupied Crimea with Russia, the Kerch Bridge, is under constant threat of attacks by the Ukrainian Defence Forces. This significantly complicates the transport of equipment and ammunition.
Now the Crimean bridge is damaged. It is not used to its full potential. In case of any air alert, it stops working. Therefore, it was decided to build a railway which will reduce the potential threats to the Crimean bridge. Even if, in theory, the bridge will be destroyed, there is a railway that will ensure the delivery of food products, shells and ammunition from the Russian Federation to Crimea.
The Kremlin also intends to use the railway to try to make Crimea occupied by the Russian Federation profitable, experts believe, or at least create propaganda picture of Russia's concern for the occupied territories. According to the Center for National Resistance of the Special Operation Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Putin held a meeting with representatives of the occupation administrations. They discussed the creation of new resorts and the development of tourism. In the opinion of experts from the Center of National Resistance, the Russian dictator's call to develop Yarin in the occupied territories shows a lack of real understanding of the situation.
Given the fact that the Kremlin is in a hurry to build a motorway and railway line along the coast of Sea of Azov, we can assume that such resorts will be a recreation area only for occupation troops and workers of occupation administrations and collaborators. With such statements and actions, the occupants are trying to assure the workers of the occupation administration, collaborators and Russians who intend to settle in the temporarily occupied territories that their security problems will eventually be solved. From a publication by the Center for National Resistance on Telegram.
According to the Center for National Resistance, Moscow plans to carry out total passportization in the Russian-occupied territories of Ukraine by 2026. The invaders create such conditions that life in the occupied territories without a Russian passport becomes critically difficult. Despite this, the level of passportization remains low. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Andriy Dmitrenko, UATV News.